Welcome, Chelsea fans, to a video that I thought I wanted and had to do today to get things off of my chest. I've got a whole range of emotions and different thoughts and feelings going on in my head after watching that game yesterday, after the excitement of all the new signings, people's reactions on social media to different situations. And I just want to get a video done. I don't know how long it's going to be. I'm not going to edit it at all. I'm just going to give it as it is right now. I'm going to start with this reaction on social media. Now, I have to say that there is a general consensus that a lot of these people that are negative about Chelsea Football Club, that post what they do about the football club on social media, and the players and the team's performances and stuff like that, have only really known Chelsea being successful since Abramovich took over. They're not sort of aware of where we were back in the day and all that sort of thing. And it's about time that people wake up, really, to understand that it's not all roses as far as success and stuff like that goes. You have to earn it. You have to have the right to earn it. And you have to build a successful team and a core, as we did under the Abramovich era when we had Cech, Terry, Lampard, Drogba. That core was pivotal in the success that we had, and the team was built around those four players. And then you had other mainstays come in. And basically you could have 7 players that would play, or you knew 7 or 8 would play week in, week out, with maybe 3 changes or a couple of changes. And every summer, because you had that nucleus of players and the January window, you only needed 1 or 2 extras to swap around. Chelsea are trying to do that at the moment. There's a whole wave of new signings. There's going to be a whole wave of players going in the summer. We'll just have to get through where we are now to the end of the season. And people need to understand that. If we can push for top 4, we're only 10 points behind, there's a lot of games to play, then great. If we can't, we have to lump it. Basically, I think we've all got to that point where we're now in February. Yes, the World Cup, the season froze for a little bit, but we've sort of got used to the idea. I mean, we've only scored, 23 goals in 21 games? We're not going to win football matches if we carry on playing like we are. So I'm going to get into that in just a minute. But in relation to the signings, the whole wave of signings, the new signings that we've got, they're going to take time to bed in, to get used to how their teammates play, to get used to playing Premier League football, to get used to England and living in the country and training every day in the country, and just to get used to the situation, which everyone needs to be aware of, so give them time. As far as Graham Potter's concerned, now, what I was thinking in my head as I walked down here to do this video was, forget the Chelsea signings and forget the new excitement about the amount of players that we've got and the quality that we've got in the squad. We need a shift in mentality as a football club and as a team and the manager. And this has also come about based on the fact that we struggled, laboured against Fulham. We laboured again yesterday against West Ham after a great 17 minutes. We created numerous chances, 2 disallowed goals. Looked really, really good going forward with people changing positions. West Ham couldn't cope with it. And it was exciting. It's what we want to see. And then it just sort of faded away. It never really happened after that. Still, because we're not playing a recognised number 9, stick Aubameyang in the team, for God's sake. Someone who's a natural number 9. And stick him in there. He scores goals for fun. If you've got a problem with him, put it to one side. We need goals. The guy's got a record as good as anybody. Stick him in the bloody team, for God's sake. Anyway, in relation to mentality, I want to see Graham Potter be angry. I want to see him just not accept the situation and just be angry for it. I want him to see the penalty that Souček gave yesterday. My match commentary, I called it straight away. Penalty. All day long. He's gone down. His hands are not in a natural position. He's deflected the ball away from goal. It's an odds-on stonewall penalty. I want to see Graham Potter be angry about it, but he chose to be more methodical with his comments, so not to get in trouble with the FA. I want to see us get rid of this situation that we've got as a football team, that we can be outstanding for a spell in a game, and then it just disappears. It just doesn't happen. And we labour in games. We allow teams to come onto us. We put ourselves in positions where it's dangerous. We give stupid free kicks away. If Hakim Ziyech gives another stupid free kick away near our box because he can't tackle, then just take him away from the football team until he can learn to tackle, or tell him to stand up and don't dive in. When you're at school playing football, you're basically told, when someone's out in the wide areas, just stand up and make them play the ball around you. Make them play it is the term. Don't go throwing yourself into a tackle or trying to track back and wrap your arm or your leg around someone from behind and give stupid free kicks away. Anyway, it's just, we just played brilliant for a spell. And it's been happening for 2 seasons. And then we just almost just give up. It's almost as if like we're going to play really, really well, try and get a couple of goals and then just play out and defend what we got. But we're not scoring goals, so you can't do that. I just need to see Chelsea be clinical, be ruthless. Literally just do what they did against West Ham in that first 17, 18 minutes and make it last for the duration. And to do that, you've got to make the right substitutions at the right time. And they're not making them at the right time. And it's not the right substitutions either, I have to say. I know we're limited because the players are due to come back from injury or can only play a certain amount of time at the minute, i.e. Chilwell and people like that. But you want to make changes that enhance what you've already got, your footing in the game. You want to make a change that takes the team forward into the game and sort of refreshes the area and goes again. And I look at the changes that was made yesterday. Mudryk come off. Madueke come off. The replacements didn't have an influence in the game at all. Loftus-Cheek was outstanding in that game yesterday. Him, Fernandes, obviously João Felix, Thiago Silva were outstanding in the game. And you take him off and you lose that. And we never really got that back. So the whole point of my video is that we have to recognise we are struggling. Chelsea is struggling right now to find the identity they're looking for. But when they find it, we're struggling to keep it in game and to extend that period in the game where we can be dominant and be a force in the game. We can only do it in spells, whether it's 20 minutes, 30 minutes in games. There's been games this season that's happened. And then we faded away and allowed the opposition to come back onto us. We need to find our game, our football, and over the 90-minute period. And the manager's got to do better with his substitutions because he's paid to manage the team and the squad. He's paid to train them week in, week out with his coaching staff. But part of his role is also to manage the game from the sidelines by making the changes that you're supposed to do, to influence, to try and change the course of the game. Look at Man City against us at Stamford Bridge, or whatever game it was. I can't remember if it was Etihad or Stamford Bridge. Chelsea were playing so well. Guardiola was fuming half-time, made an instant tactical switch. Man City were dominant for the rest of the game, and we were made to pay for it. So that's what we need to do under Graham Potter. He needs to be much better with his substitutions. Yes, I know he's got a problem because once everyone's fit, the amount of players he's got to leave out that are going to be unhappy, but you're paid to manage it. You need to manage it. So it's just at the moment, despite all the signings, there still seems to be this problem that we've got where we're struggling with just trying to manage the game of football for 90 minutes, to make the changes that we need to make to continue to be dominant in the game. Look at our squad, for God's sake. We've got a squad that's up there with the best in the world. We should be winning games. We should be beating Fulham, no disrespect. We should be thumping West Ham, no disrespect. But we don't play over number 9. And we only play in fits and spells at the minute. And that's got to change. 100% it's got to change. And it's got to change sooner rather than later. Because right now, we're struggling Premier League to score goals. We're probably going to struggle against Dortmund in the Champions League. But I said it in my commentary yesterday. We could just click in the Champions League and go and win it again for a third time, which would just be scandalous. Just be outrageous if it happened. I mean, God forbid. God forbid. Let's hope, I should say. God forbid. I know what I'm talking about. God forbid that we just crumble against Dortmund is what I had in my head. Of course, if we win the Champions League for a third time, it'd be unbelievable, unimaginable. But we just got to do better. Everyone has got to do better. And that's the biggest thing for us, is that we can be so much more than we are. For whatever reason, we haven't been up until this point. So we've thrown loads of money at it and we're still the same. It's going to take time with the new players bedding in. But the problem is we haven't got that time this season, the remainder of the season, because we need to push up that league as quickly as possible. And we're not going to do it by not scoring goals, by making wrong tactical decisions or formations or picking the right players. For example, Havertz up front. Love him, works his arse off. He's not a number 9. Need to put a recognised number 9 up there for Fofana or Aubameyang. You've got to start doing it, Mr. Potter, if we're going to start winning games. Simple as that. So just want to get all this off my head and off my chest and out of my head in a video today. And hopefully you guys sort of agree with what I'm saying. You know, you can resonate with what I'm saying. That's the main point. So anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for putting up me just waffling on because I had to. I'll see you guys next time.